All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. I'm Ron Morgan and my co-host
Dave Havlicek.
We're here to entertain you, educate you, hopefully make you laugh, and show how stupid Dave is.
We'll see about that.
So Dave, what's up, man?
Well, we got some podcast housekeeping to do here.
Okay.
So I got to remind you guys that the barbecue is on September 6th, which is a Saturday. So get your RSVPs in, and the rules, in case you forgot, you have to bring something that you got without using fiat money. So get those RSVPs in.
Shoplifting.
I'm not going to ask. Well, I'll ask, but you don't have to answer. How about that?
All right, so are you following any of the Russiagate stuff?
Just headlines, basically. I don't really give a fuck.
So we've got a lot going on in Congress right now, or in in D.C. So in October, they're calling in like Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Commies. But they're not calling in Obama yet.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like, I didn't see Obama's name on there.
So why would you think that is?
I have no idea.
RICO case.
He's probably innocent.
No, they're going to RICO
He has no evidence. He's just innocent.
They're going to RICO his ass.
Come on.
I watched it. I'm telling you, they're setting up a RICO case. They're bringing in his underlings to prove. So first of all, I don't think much is going to come of this, and I truly believe that. But I think a lot's going to come out, and that's what I'm excited about.
Does Kenya have a extradition treaty? Do you know?
I'll bet you if you check out Obama's computer, he's Googled that. And so there's a discrepancy. Did he own the house in Martha's Vineyard that he killed the chef at?
I don't fucking know. Who cares?
Well, he may have, but he's moving out of Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
So is he liquidating his assets?
I don't know.
Kind of thinks he might be. Gotta go.
Well,
gotta go.
He can run for president of Kenya. How about
So
that?
if let's say he goes to Kenya. I don't know if expedition treaty, blah blah blah. But let's say he escapes America.
Yeah.
Does he take the Secret Service with him?
I don't know how that works.
And would they be able to say where he is?
Obviously they would. I mean, if they
No, I don't think they can.
Why?
I think they have a confidentiality clause. Unless he's
but
convicted.
they have to check out where they are, though, right?
Oh, they got to check in with it. Well, that's gonna be interesting. Well, when he makes a run for it, we'll find out. That motherfucker's gonna run.
Looks like Kenya does have an extradition treaty, so we're not gonna look there.
So he's not going to Kenya then. It's not like he can go somewhere and hide. He's gonna dye his hair blonde or shave his head completely. Run, motherfucker, run! Because I think
this is all just a show, just a circus.
So I agree. I early on I'm like, oh, this is more fucking bullshit. It's just talking points. But the more that's coming out, the more I'm looking into this. I don't know, dude.
The problem is, like, if you go down this road, they're gonna do it to you. Now Trump.
Whoa! Did they do it to Trump?
Well, they tried very hard.
But they tried.
Right.
So they made the first.
Right, but if you keep escalating, right?
Oh, so we should just sit on our hands and go, I'm sorry, Democrats. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying this is the inevitable outcome. Like,
so do it. But you strike them harder.
So why don't we just get rid of the USA, right? Just dissolve the union right now. Just end it quick.
Well, can I rule it? Can I be the next ruler?
No, there's no ruler.
No,
we have 50 states.
You'll listen to me, bitch.
We have 50 states, and then they do whatever they want. And they have the 50 governors.
I thought we could do that right now.
Well, we could,
but we don't.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we? Let's do it. Instead of all this bloodshed and bullshit and wasting billions of taxpayer dollars, let's just dissolve the union right now.
So can we? You don't really follow politics, but are you aware that Obama did 100% put an FBI agent undercover in Trump's first campaign? I can give you his name.
I've heard the claim. I haven't looked into any evidence.
They've said the guy's name.
Okay,
and he's an FBI agent.
Doesn't mean it's true or anything. It's just
he's an FBI agent.
I've heard the claim.
The name has been out there. I mean, did I see him? No. But I do believe that it's true because Trump has said it on the air numerous times.
Oh, Trump
said it. He cited his sources. I know you and your sources, you're a little bit iffy on your sources.
Have the Mythbusters done a show on it? That's the question.
Well, they would be wrong. So I would just take the opposite view of what Mythbusters said. So there we go.
Okay.
Because they're wrong more than they're right.
That's not true at all.
Okay.
They're right more than they're wrong.
Oh, do you sit at home? Do you like Netflix and chill Mythbusters?
That's right.
You. And
I write down okay, they were right on this one. Yeah. Okay, we're at 68%. And then I go to the next episode. Okay, they're wrong on this one.
Dude, what if I cited WikiLeaks?
WikiLeaks is a good source. Do you know what WikiLeaks is?
No, I'm sorry.
Are you you're misspeaking.
Wikipedia.
I mean, so
Wikipedia. Sorry, James O'Keefe. Although I think you got fired from them. So
Wikipedia is just hearsay.
All right, hold on. So we got to catch up with the listeners. If you listened last week, you saw the shit show that Dave started. He's for some reason triggered about the airline thing. I don't. It was a fluff. It was a fluff piece.
It's more of.
It was a time killer.
It's more of a window into how your fucked up mind works.
Okay,
right. You see some idiot ranting on Twitter. And then you say, "Oh, that guy must be right."
First,
you don't do any research at all.
Did you see my links? I
did see your links.
They were not from Twitter.
Right.
Wait, what? Wait. I'm confused.
Yeah, the links that you sent me in Signal, like way after the fact.
I didn't send you any links in Signal.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
You want me to pull it up?
Yes.
It's right fucking here. I still have the Signal.
I don't even know how to put a link in Signal.
Here. Oh wait, that's my link.
Oh wait, what?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You said I posted the link
his
on
whole
X.
story's falling apart.
You said I posted the link on X.
Yes.
Okay, and then I went and looked on the X link that you posted. Okay, so that link was an article about a guy who did a computer model.
Yes.
Of what he thought would be the best way to load a plane.
I never said this is the way to load an airplane. I was showing you there's a third way to load an airplane.
There's way more than that. There's like 7 and 8. You can come up with any ways you want.
Man, okay, fine. All I'm saying is quicker go back to front. He said front to back.
Not.
I don't care.
I didn't say front to back.
I mean, I
never said front to back.
Dave told me during the show, before the show, that it's easier to make a man come if you cup his balls where you're sucking his dick. I'm not going to cite that source.
I never said front to back. I never said any particular way is better. And in fact, it turns out that just random.
You actually said, dumbass. If it was better, more airlines would do it.
Right.
Well, there are airlines that are doing it.
Which ones? Which ones?
JetBlue, Alaska Airlines.
Oh, the ones everybody fucking hates.
Oh, is that your?
The one that takes forever to load the goddamn plane.
Which one are you talking about?
The one Spirit and JetBlue and what's the third one? Alaska.
Dude, Alaska
is Spirit.
Alaska rocks.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Oh my god.
Again,
they are the worst, consistently the worst airlines.
Okay, 4 times a week.
Anyway,
for 5 years,
so back to Wikipedia. So, Wikipedia can be a source of something to go further research, okay?
Start your research.
Right, so like you would say, okay, Wikipedia says this, and they're citing this. Okay, now I'm going to click that and see where that goes. And how do they know? And click all the things on there and all that kind of shit. So it's a starting point. Yeah. Now when we're talking about the Mythbusters, right? They're not writing a piece of paper saying, I believe this and such. No, they're doing a TV show where they're showing you all the experiments that they're doing and recording all the data. Yeah. And like you're seeing with your own eyes the experiments. So you can say, oh, they did it wrong because they missed out that variable, they didn't take into account this, they didn't try this method, but you can't say what you saw was wrong.
Wait, so on TV, you're asserting is TV is right. Like CNN said the New York shooter.
That's not what I said.
The New York shooter is right.
That's not what I said. I said the Mythbusters.
He's a white guy.
I said the Mythbusters do a show in this format. Okay. And I've actually met them. They're not lying on the TV show.
They're lying and editing.
They're not making.
Then they suck as scientists?
What do you mean?
Well, they're wrong all the time.
They're right way more often than they're wrong.
Okay. We're going to agree to disagree. And agree that you're a retarded.
That's fine. You're wrong. You can be wrong. You're allowed to be wrong. We have freedom in this country.
Yeah. Okay.
Still a little bit.
So let me show that video of to get this next conversation. Are we done with the Obama RICO Act thing? I do believe they're setting him up for a RICO, which is because you understand they went after Giuliani for. Let me back this up. Giuliani started the RICO.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, because he got RICO.
Gets his just desserts on that one.
And actually, I'm okay with that. Well, no, I'm not okay because they were wrong and they lied.
But they were all. That's the point. Is they've always been wrong. RICO was always wrong.
Okay.
They used it to go after the mafia leaders. When fucking most of the time they had no evidence at all on these people.
Oh, I guess we lost that. Oh, here it is.
It's right here.
So I want to show this video. It's an AI.
Just so we're clear, whoever put their hands on my big balls made a huge mistake. Now we're going to take over Washington, D.C. We're calling it Operation Teabag. We're federalizing the swamp, and the executive order will be named the Big Balls Act. They'll never put their dirty hands on my big balls again. Thank you very much.
So whoever did this, keep doing it.
Just so we're clear.
Fucking hysterical.
So we got into this before the show a little bit, because so big balls apparently saw someone attacking a woman?
I've heard the story two different ways. One I've heard it was his girlfriend, and the other one I heard it was a woman being attacked. So I don't know.
But then he intervened.
Yes, he intervened either way.
And then they beat the shit out of him.
About 12 of them.
Okay. And then, so Trump gets on X or Truth Social, whatever the fuck, and he goes, "We need to federalize DC."
Yeah.
And, like, I saw that, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. So, like, we were talking before the show, and, like, so the way DC works is originally in the Constitution, it was supposed to be under the full federal control.
Correct.
And then in the 70s, they passed this law called the District of Columbia Home Rule Act.
Because Congress didn't want to rule over them anymore.
Right, where they gave some power to, like, they created a mayorship and a council.
So they did not have a mayor or a town or city council prior to this.
Okay. I don't think so. They might have, but I don't know what responsibilities they would have had. So they still, like, every law that this council passes, or ordinance, if you want to be technical, still has to go through Congress. Congress has to approve it.
That I have not heard, and I don't know if that's true.
That's in that law. I looked that up
because
a while ago.
The reason Congress did this is they got tired of dealing with DC stuff.
Right.
So why would they leave it open to you still bring your DC stuff here?
Well, I mean, it's still like...
What do they do this month?
They can't just go around the Constitution,
So
right?
what happens in August when Congress is at home or masturbating?
They just have to put it on hold, I guess. Like, they just have to wait.
So no laws get enforced.
I guess. I don't know. Well, they get enforced. They can't pass new laws.
Well, what about if they arrest somebody? Because when someone's arrested in a city, it goes to the prosecutor's office.
Yeah.
So they have a prosecutor's office.
I don't know the details,
because I don't believe they have.
You only need Congress's permission to pass a new ordinance, not to, like, do all the day-to-day
in the
shit.
United States. What about in DC?
No, that's what I'm talking about. In DC, not in the United States. You don't got to do that. States can pass laws all the fuck they want,
and then Congress can overturn them.
No,
that's what they're doing legit, like right now.
No, you can't overturn them.
Well, you can vote them. Trump's making them illegal.
You can say you can say, oh, this violates the Constitution, and then take it to the Supreme Court, who can overturn it. But the Congress can't overturn it.
Maybe I can't think of an example.
They can make an opposite law, and then now you're stuck in this weird place where, like, no matter what you do, it's illegal.
Yeah, DC's a weird area because they are not a state. They are a territory. They're a district They're a district.
But apparently, what Trump meant is to repeal the Home Rule Act.
I don't think
it's so hard to figure out what the fuck he means. Like, what does he mean?
Well, because he says stupid shit sometimes just to piss people off. But it works on you.
Okay, but I want to know what the fuck he means because it might be valuable to repeal that law.
You also know he's taken over L.A. for the Olympics.
What?
Yeah, he's like again, this is Trump being Trump. He could just be throwing daggers out there, just fucking with Newsom. But he says that since you cannot maintain your crime, the federal government's going to take care of it for you. But no, the federal government can step in instances where, the National Guard can be federalized.
But there has to be an insurrection for that.
No, there does not.
I think there does.
They've nationalized
Yeah, that was all illegal. It was illegal every single time they've done that.
They nationalized them in D.C. They've nationalized
DC,
them in L.A.
You can do that.
They've nationalized them in Chicago.
They're not supposed to.
And yet they get away with it?
Of course they get away with it. They do whatever the fuck they want because we don't do anything about it.
Trump, he gets called on everything he does.
No, he doesn't. No.
Even shit.
Here, you never let me answer this last week because we kind of moved on.
Okay.
They will never criticize Trump for something that they all do too.
Epstein Island, the list, the Democrats. No, bullshit.
That's not what I mean.
But
I mean something in the government. So, like, when Trump bombs people, you don't hear a fucking peep out of them because they love bombing people. Right. When Trump does a National Guard thing that's illegal, they don't fucking, because they want to do that too. So, like, it's only either trivial shit or non-governmental shit.
The Democrats, so when a Democrat is lying and saying he can't do this, they always are the ones doing it.
They do that too sometimes, but, like, they don't do it on things they want you to think the Fed shouldn't be doing.
They still control the media.
Right,
people still listen to the media. You're not listening to what I'm saying. So they can do what they want, and the Russia collusion thing, the riots, the peaceful gatherings. It's a summer of love.
But the Democrats in the media want you to believe that the National Guard can be deployed whenever and wherever, right? They want you to believe that.
So, okay,
they won't criticize Trump for...
Who can deploy the National Guard?
The governor and the president, right?
And if the president does it, he has to federalize it. I mean, take over. He's gotta make. I forget what the fuck it is. He's gotta make them a federal National Guard. So yeah, but they've done it a lot. So let's say the Democrats don't call them out on. I don't know. I don't follow the National Guard stories that much. All I know is they have zero arresting power. And most of the time, they have no bullets in their guns. If they were to shoot somebody and kill them, what authority do they have to do that?
They don't. Well, they have the same authority you or I do, which would be self-defense.
Okay, so
you're marching through the streets, you can't claim self-defense.
Right. If you have a gun in your hand and you're marching, unless you're Kyle Rittenhouse running down the street being chased by people,
right,
and you get pushed to the ground and you try and shoot somebody, apparently that's okay. Which I kind of dig that one. So that was self-defense on him. So the DC thing, who knows? It's a crapshoot.
I saw him say something else that was really fucking stupid the other day.
Oh, wait, stupid from your opinion?
No.
Oh,
legitimately, 100%. Well, I want to get your opinion on it. So, let's say a drug costs $100.
Okay.
And I wanted to reduce the price of that drug by 1,200%.
Okay.
What would the new price be?
Oh, fuck, dude. Math, seriously? 1,200% of 12... I mean, are you saying it's a negative number? I mean, it can't be... Well, it can't go negative.
You are right. So that 1,200% would drive it into a negative number. But Trump went on and said, we're going to reduce drug prices by 500, 800, 1,200%. He actually said that.
I didn't hear it, but I don't doubt he said that, because that sounds like a Trump thing.
People were defending him.
But what president hasn't done shit?
No, I get it, but it's just something that reminded me of his true soul.
But I mean, you use the $100. There's actually drugs that cost $100.
Yeah, but you can't reduce them by 1,200%. Then they'd be paying me to take the drug, and I'll take the money, but not take the drug. How about that?
Second with COVID vaccine, they did.
Well, okay, but yeah,
Well, a lot of people talk.
Nobody quoted that we're reducing the COVID vaccine price by 1,200%, though.
I don't even know how to do that math, to be honest with you. I thought you were going to call up the time that he said that, he said Epstein Island was a fabulous place or something. It's like, yeah, dude, you might want to correct that. But they've got Maxwell in, minimum security now?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we'll see what she says. But good news for Pam Bondi. She said they have no Epstein files.
Oh yeah, okay.
They don't exist. And Trump's like, what? They don't exist. Why are you people so obsessed with them? Oh wait, we found some in a burn bag. Really? I'm supposed to believe this? They had them all the time. They wanted to pretend to release them.
I still think the real ones are in Israel, but
true. But here's my. Are you familiar with the term burn bag?
Not really. I've heard it, but I don't know exactly.
Right. So with the FBI, it's became very popular now because apparently there's a Russiagate stuff in burn bags. So apparently the FBI can put stuff in burn bags and it's supposed to be burned.
Burned by fire?
Well, that was my first question. Is it a burn bag where they burn it by fire, or is this stuff is burnt? Like this stuff is no longer good. It's not reputable.
Okay.
So it's burnt because you could be, as an agent, you could be burnt.
Yeah.
And you're not literally lit on fire, but you're done because you got called out.
Right. So
I didn't really understand, but I'm from what I'm seeing now, the burn bag is actually a burn bag. So what they want us to believe, and I'm not saying I don't believe it, but the past FBI directors or FBI agents put a bunch of shit in burn bags that was supposed to be burnt, and they never burnt them. I don't know what to believe about this.
Is that how incompetent they are? They can't even burn the burn bag?
How incompetent are they?
Just burn the burn bag. What are you doing?
Right. Start a fire and toss it in. Have a fucking barbecue. Rednecks do it all the time. We love it. Get some pickup trucks. Drop your tailgate down. Be a little tailgate party. Get a couple 12ers, something cooler. Get some marshmallows and try to do some s'mores. I mean, it's easy. Burn it. But if they truly left all this shit in burn bags and hid it, what the fuck? How incompetent are they?
That's just what they do.
I don't know. This is a story that's slowly coming out. Although I guess we did grace over Big Balls, though.
Yeah.
So what Trump was talking about in that video is Big Balls, who was a Doge employee, got into an altercation on the street where I believe he was.
We said.
Oh, okay, but he was jumped by 12 people.
Right.
2 of them got arrested. A guy and a girl.
Okay.
The rest of them have not been arrested yet.
Do they know who they are?
Okay. See, I don't know, because where's the video?
Why would you assume there's video?
The Cincinnati, Ohio beatings.
Okay, but that was some guy with a cell phone, right?
Right. I'm talking D.C. in the popular area of D.C.
Yeah.
So no one went, holy shit, there's a fight there.
Maybe not. I mean, maybe it happened too fast. You never know.
I don't know.
Because in Cincinnati, like, there was, like, scuffles and people yelling shit, and then they turned the phones on.
Which we didn't cover that, because the police chief of Cincinnati needs to go away.
Yeah,
she's horrible, but we're jumping all over the place.
It's just like, shit like that is, I don't know, there's just not enough info to make good conclusions, and like, what are we going to say? Like, someone got knocked out. Okay, arrest the guy who did it.
No. Someone got knocked the fuck out.
Okay,
you gotta see the movie Good Friday on Friday. Yo, man, you got knocked the fuck out. Okay, so we kind of did the big balls thing, which was kind of fun. Rico and Obama. I'm sure that's where this is going, dude. It's like a playbook.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's talk about the solid thing coming towards our solar system.
There's probably lots of those all the time.
Well, no, but there's one that they're talking about now. Like, this is bad.
They bring this up every couple months. Like, oh, there's an asteroid. Oh, there's a comet. Oh, there's this. And like, you guys know what the fuck you're talking. Like,
True.
It's just hype. You're generating clicks.
No.
What they're doing.
So a comet has a tail. So this is not a comet.
No, that's not necessarily true.
Scientists have come out and said it's not a comet because it has no tail.
Well, if you're going to define comet that way, sure. But you can have an ice ball that doesn't have a tail yet because it's too young. Right?
It's a baby ice ball?
Yeah.
Okay. A baby comet.
So, like, the tail comes from when it's moving and the sun is blasting the ice off of it, right? So, if it formed somewhere close by, it's not going to have a tail yet.
Okay. But you have to believe that they're telling us the truth.
Well, who the fuck knows? I mean,
see, there's a conspiracy out there that this is the next, like, black flag, false flag. There's black flag, red flag, and false flag. And they all have... I think false flag and black flag are very similar meanings, I believe. Red flag is a different meaning. But this could be the false flag. We've been warned about it a year ago.
Like, literally every 6 months, an asteroid's going to come very close to Earth.
Right.
And when they say close, they mean, they're like 500,000 miles.
Right.
Well, who gives a fuck?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's nothing actually there, or if something is there. There's
always things there.
Right. They're trying to make a bigger deal to scare us. This could turn out to be a scare tactic.
They do this every 6 months. Like, it doesn't work anymore.
I'm talking about to control us and maybe lock us in our houses.
Not gonna,
dude, I'm telling you, they're going to cover up Russia.
They're not going to use that.
They are all...
Not with this story.
Oh, there's a guy who's been predicting this for a while now.
Okay, well, he's
this is their next false flag. Oh, yeah, because he does agree with Dave. He's an idiot.
Well, what's his track record on being right on everything else?
He works for NASA.
How do you know that?
Because
because he said it?
Nope. Because that's what people are saying. That's the source.
Oh, people are saying he worked for NASA. Okay.
I'm gonna go there right now. I'll cite my source right now. Hold on, let me get his actual name. It's like Jeremy Corbell. Corbell. He worked for NASA. He was the NASA engineer at NASA something.
You sure he wasn't like the janitor?
Well, he could be. I mean, if he was janitor, he'd still work for NASA. What does Wikipedia say?
American contemporary artist, filmmaker, ufologist. If this is the same guy, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a picture.
Well, UFOs and it's
art career. So he's been an artist. He's been a UFO enthusiast. And a filmmaker.
Artists too.
I don't see anything about NASA in here, so I don't think it's either not the same guy or this guy has never worked for NASA.
Put in Jeremy Corbell, NASA. I mean, because you're on Wikipedia. Pretty confident I couldn't get away with that.
Yeah, that's the right guy.
Okay.
And he never worked for NASA, so. Oops, they're just lying.
No, I'll have to rewatch the show that I watched and see.
Did they what? They lie? Oh, watch the show. Watch the same show on the same channel that shows the Mythbusters.
I want to make sure they said he worked for NASA, and I'm not mishearing stuff because I do my show notes at work.
Yeah.
And I do get a little busy at work every once in a while.
He took a tour at NASA once, maybe.
He watched the space shuttle blow up in '87 with the rest of it. Traumatizes the children. Were you in school then?
Was it 87 or 86?
I care.
Well, it matters because that's like right around when I started school. I don't remember seeing that happen in school.
Yeah,
so
I was in...
either I just don't remember it or it was before I went to school. Or before.
Yeah, I forget what grade I was in. Yeah, they wheeled a TV in, set the TV up, and we're all watching it take off, and all of a sudden he goes, boom. And the teachers are like, oh shit. We gotta talk about this
Back
now.
to math class.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
We didn't even get to go home for the day. This is my generation. They're like, hey, we're gonna watch something fun. Oh shit, 8 people, 6 people, 7 people just died right in front of you. Get your math books out. What?
Yeah. 9/11, they gave us like the week off in college or something.
Oh, really?
It was crazy. I'm like, come on.
Well, there was a teacher on the shuttle that day, and that's why they showed it in schools because they had a teacher on there.
Fucking public schools, teacher unions, always protecting their own.
So I mean, I don't know. It's a mass coming towards us.
Oh no!
I mean, so here's the thing.
It's a rock in space.
Now, I had mentioned a couple weeks ago that I'm going ghost hunting this coming weekend.
Yeah.
So technically, oh no, it got canceled. Not enough people signed up for it. So I would, my wife, well, let's go anyway.
Yeah.
So I go, well, if we're gonna go, we gotta buy some ghost hunting tools.
What is that? What's a ghost hunting tool?
I was gonna have them all laid on the table, but I'll do that next week. Well, no, because we got it all, but I didn't want to. I think it'd be better once I use them. I can actually talk more about them.
How do you know it detects a ghost? It's just like some fucking plastic with
temperature readings.
That's not a ghost. That's a temperature.
No. Okay. If this temperature of the room is 70 degrees, but that door is 40.
That happens all. Okay, 70 and 40, right? But like fluctuations happen all the time.
Outside.
All the time, everywhere. That's
fluctuation to what degree?
I can't say like offhand. I'd have to look into that. But.
So I've got a video camera with infrared and night vision on it. I didn't get the divining rods, but I want to get the divining rods now because for another reason. No, dude, I was having a field X-rayed for pipes.
Divining rods don't do anything.
Bullshit. Okay, this dude was walking around with 2 divining rods.
He's a scammer.
Bullshit.
They don't do anything.
Oh my god, you're wrong 100%.
Oh my god.
No, listen to my story.
They've been doing this for hundreds of fucking years. This is all retarded.
And they go like this.
Because he did that.
Hold on. And then he went and got his X-ray machine, and there fucking was the pipe.
Dude.
Okay, here we go.
He did that.
I'm gonna buy divining rods, and we're gonna go on a field trip out to my front yard, and I'm gonna show Dave
No.
my water line.
You don't get to show anything because you already know where they are.
Dave will show you. No, well, I know where it is. So I know to tell you to walk.
You don't get to tell me where to walk. No.
Okay.
If you tell me where to walk, that's cheating.
Okay.
I will just walk around, and then I will say where I think the pipes are, and then you'll see that they're fucking full of shit.
So on water, they go like this or like this.
No,
if it's a natural gas pipe, they go like this.
How are you this dumb?
Dude, I saw it happen.
You saw someone scam you.
Okay.
This is the weirdest thing. Like, you never believe that someone can just be lying to you. You never take that into account.
Yes, I do.
But you don't, because you believe every stupid thing people say.
I don't believe anything
You have a terrible bullshit meter. You believe in divining fucking rods. Those have been known to be bullshit for thousands of years.
So I use the word diviner. His might be different. His is based on the magnetic
not.
pole. His has magnets at the end of them.
No, it's all bullshit.
I will have some very soon,
so
and we will
stupid.
we will prove Dave to be stupid.
Now, what are you going to say when it doesn't work?
It's going to work.
No, what are you going to say when it doesn't work?
Then I will say that I'm wrong.
I can't wait to see that episode.
Will you say that you're wrong? Can you say the word wrong?
I don't even need to consider that because I've seen hundreds of fucking trials of these things.
Okay, so,
it's all bullshit.
So the thing that I buy may not be actually a divining rod, but it works the same way. It has magnets at the end of it.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay. I'll probably have them tomorrow.
You'll probably be fucking standing there with a magnet under your arm. Like, okay, Dave's by the pipe. Magnet.
I'll walk down the street. See, you're already trying to find excuses.
Right, because this is what these idiots do.
No.
That's what they do to scam you into buying their products.
When I was X-raying, I kind of knew where everything was already.
Yes.
So when his things went bloop, I'm like, what the fuck?
He knew where it was too.
Hold on. And then bring the X-rayer out and the pipe's right there.
Okay,
we'll see.
What makes you think he didn't know that those were already there?
One, I didn't give him that information.
Oh, how do you know you didn't give him that information?
Because I know
you could have subconsciously walked over to the pipe. Like you said you were going to do for me. I'm going to walk over to where the pipe is, and I'm going to tell Dave where to walk. You probably told him where to walk.
I will stay clear of you. I won't tell you shit.
And then I'm going to draw like where I think the pipe is, and you're going to say, "Oh, you just lied. You didn't do it right. You saw it turn and then you lied."
It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen, and you're going to be like, I'm you won't be able to get, but I'll help you. We'll get a speech therapist out here to help you say you're wrong. It'll probably be very good for you because you're wrong a lot.
These things have been around for thousands of years, dude. It's not like this is a brand new thing with a new fucking technology. People have been lying about this shit for thousands of years.
Oh, because Dave has no experience with it.
No, people have been lying about this. They've been tested under scientific conditions for thousands of fucking years, Ron. How do you not know this?
If they're in your hand and you're walking and they go bloop, are you going to admit you're wrong?
Just because they moved somewhere doesn't mean that they detected a pipe.
Okay, and then you walk 5 more feet this way, 5 feet this way, and back 5 feet, and they go whoop again.
People have already done that, Ron. That's what you're not getting. People have done that when they didn't know where the pipes were, when nobody could have interfered. Yes. And it's never worked.
That's how you find
It's never worked.
It worked 100% of the time.
It's never worked, Ron. It only works when somebody knows where the pipes are. Why is that?
Because you're wrong.
You're not answering my question. It doesn't work
the question
when
makes
somebody
no sense.
doesn't know where the... Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay, we'll see. They're only like $12. It's not even... But what's funny about this is they're in the ghost hunting tool.
Because they're scam fucking nonsense.
Okay, that's fine. I will hopefully have a pair by next week.
Jesus Christ.
We will do a live video.
How are you this dumb? You are like...
Okay.
I thought you were dumb.
I'm dumb.
I thought you were retarded and dumb. And now you keep fucking throwing more.
What's gonna happen?
You are way more dumb than I thought.
What's going to happen when this works?
It's not going to work.
What if it does?
It's never worked, Ron.
Okay.
For thousands of years, it's never worked.
Okay, so you're going to be
It's never worked.
Wrong.
People have been testing this for thousands of years.
Again, oh Jesus Christ!
Why has it never worked for thousands of years unless somebody knew where the water was already?
And so you're saying that he turned him?
Yes.
Like
yes.
Penn and Teller where they taught him how to fucking.
Yes.
Spin. So if they spin in your hands, what are you gonna say?
So they will move from because what they're on like a bearing, right?
No.
Well, it's not. It might not be a bearing, but it's something that freely spins.
Yes.
They're not in your hands as in you're holding them. You're holding a handle.
Yes.
And then it goes into the handle so it can spin freely.
Yes.
So a slight movement in your hands will cause them to turn.
Both at the same time and very quickly.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see. We're going to prove Dave wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Dave's not going to understand. He's going to be like, what? Dumb. I said something and it's not right?
Dumb. This is so fucking dumb.
Okay, we'll see.
I want to get a bunch of little metal flags so I can mark where I think the pipes are.
No, we're going to do it in the street, actually.
What do you mean in the street?
That's where the main is.
So you already know. So now we're cheating.
I'm not going to tell you where it is, where in the street it is.
Okay, so streets aren't that big, dude.
Okay, but again, if you do the 5-foot walk like this, and at every point at this location, it goes boop, you're still going to say, well, this is bullshit. The wind kicked up.
You're so dumb.
And you'll be walking the other direction, and they're going to go the other way.
Unbelievably
and you're like,
dumb. I can't believe you're this dumb.
Okay.
I just can't believe you're this dumb.
So, I just want you to remember what you're saying to me right now. Would I prove you wrong?
I just can't believe you're this dumb. I can't believe... You're going to be fighting with me.
Dude, I saw it happen.
You saw someone scam you!
What? Again...
Dude, I saw a fucking guy give me a card. He told me to pick any card, and I picked a card, and then I looked at the card, and then I put it back in the deck, and then he shuffled the deck, and then he pulled my card out. I saw that happen, Ron. He's a fucking wizard. Okay. Holy fucking shit, the guy's a wizard.
I saw something that two guys, one bald and one not skinny, and they were doing shit on TV, and it was wrong, but it looked right, and you believed it. So
you saw them just tell people to go into a plane. And then time it. That's all. That's what you saw. Okay. And you didn't even see it because you never watched it.
Because it's stupid. Mythbusters.
No, because you never watched it.
It's not a citable source.
Because you never watched it, Ron.
Not a citable source.
You never watched it. You don't know what they did. You don't know what might have been wrong with it because you didn't watch it. You're not interested in learning what's true and what's not.
So next week I will have these things as long as I can find them locally here in Vegas. And
I guarantee
we're going to prove Dave wrong.
Okay. Let's prove that somebody is going to win some Monero.
Okay. Is it time yet?
Sure is. Last week, what was the challenge? Oh, it was a secret word or secret phrase. The phrase was Nancy Pelosi stock tips. MavMcQ came in with an image. Boom, Nancy Pelosi stock tips. Okay. All these guys are begging for him.
Yeah.
So. Then we had RN who came in with the phrase only. We got MoneroMash who sent us an image. These two guys are fat and happy because they took Nancy Pelosi's stock tips. And he did say the phrase, too, so that counts.
Yeah.
And last we had almagest. Oh, and by the way, last week's winner did not collect. Oh. So we got another double. Whoever wins is going to get...
Didn't the week before not collect either?
Yeah, but I'm not rolling over infinitely.
Okay.
So one rollover, guys.
We have $1 million in Monero we're giving away today.
That's not going to happen.
10 years later, we're just like, no one's fucking contacting us.
Almagest. Okay, he will probably collect, but he knows the rules. He has to contact us.
Come and find us. So let's go ahead and deal with the... Okay, let's deal with this. So this is going to be this week's Monero challenge. So we talked about this last week. So basically, somebody threw a green dildo onto the floor of the WNBA, and then the next game, he threw another dildo on the floor of the NBA. That guy got arrested.
I don't know why. He's like boosting their rating by shit.
I know. But now somebody else said, well, fuck it. I'm going to pick it up and do it. And then so a third time happened. So the WNBA, I didn't bring up the video. They're basically, now they're searching people and no bags are allowed. And they're basically going shoulder to waist. That's not where you would hide a fucking dildo, people. So... the question is, where would you hide the dildo?
Right. Well, you want to
sneak into the WNBA game.
Give us your best
answer. They're patting you down from your shoulders, not your arms.
Yeah.
Down this way, and they stop at your waist. They're not checking anything else. So apparently, as of right now, it has to be a fluorescent green dildo. If someone chooses to use a different color, that's fine. But the reason I bring this up is the poly markets, which is something you follow them a lot, don't you?
A little bit for crazy shit like that, like this.
The poly market is betting on the next day the dildo will hit the floor. And
the color.
Right, well, Dave dove a little deeper into it, and apparently it's day and color now.
Yeah, you can bet anything.
So, but the funny thing about all this is the betting on the dildo outnumbers all bets on the WNBA. Like accumulative?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's crazy because like that means if you're a savvy sports bettor, you can fucking clean up by betting on WNBA games. Because there's no volume, right? Like you'll be right 90% of the time.
You're saying on the outcome of the game?
Yes.
Not on the dildo?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, on the dildo, it's easy because you can just insider trade that shit. Like, I got tickets tomorrow. I got a big red dildo. I'm going to bet on red.
But how would you get it in?
Well, I can't answer that because then people won't answer our challenge. So we'll reveal that next week.
Oh, I cannot wait for these. I know. Just saying, pictures are welcome. Maybe.
Oh, God.
Maybe. I don't really want to. But whatever. It's all good. Memes are welcome. Pictures are welcome. Words are welcome.
Yeah, that'll get us banned from YouTube.
Everything's welcome. So check out the poly markets if you want to make some money on dildos, apparently. What do we got going on here now?
I got a story.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of an update on a show I did a couple weeks ago. So I did a show on LTC-MWEB, the Mimblewimble privacy layer for Litecoin. One of our viewers didn't like the coverage I did.
What?
And they were giving
Someone
me
on the internet was upset about something we did or said?
Well...
that's unheard of.
So he and I both looked into it a little bit more. And what I found actually made me even more less trusting of Litecoin MWEB. So
you were wrong.
Well, no, I was right, but there were more things that made it even worse.
Okay.
So his gripe was that I pointed out that when you do a peg into MWEB, your Litecoin goes into this huge wallet that has a shitload of Litecoin in it. And I didn't know what the fuck this wallet was. And I was like, this seems suspicious because it seems like whoever owns that wallet could steal those funds.
Okay.
Right? So he sent me an article that... It was the first article I've ever seen that acknowledged the existence of this wallet, which, that's a step in the right direction. And what they were claiming was there's no private key to the wallet because it's an anyone can spend wallet. When you think of the phrase anyone can spend, doesn't that mean I can spend from it or you can spend from it?
Sounds like that?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So I did some deep diving into how that shit works, and it's very technical. So he was, before that, he was actually convinced that it wasn't a wallet at all. It was just some fake trickery that the network was doing to make the math add up, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure that's a wallet because I can just send funds to it, right? And he's like, well, go ahead and try it. So I tried it, and my wallet was like, you're not allowed to do that. And I'm like, that's interesting. So I looked at the source code of the wallet, and basically it has a check. So the way these addresses work is there's a version bit at the front, okay? And that's just a number. So a normal wallet is a version 0. And then they have a version 1 wallet, which allows you to do like scripting shit, which we're not going to get into that. But these MWEB wallets are using version 8, okay? And there's a check in the code that says, if version 8, say I can't spend this money. I'm like, I can just take that out, right? I just comment that line out and then recompile the wallet, and then I could spend it. So it let me spend it. So if you go on the blockchain, and I can give you guys the link of the transaction, you can see me sending Litecoin into one of these MWEB wallets, and it's there.
Okay.
So it is a wallet, right? He was wrong about that. It is absolutely a wallet. And then my next challenge was, okay, can I get it back out? Because it's an anyone can spend wallet. So
that's their trick. To see if it's real, since the Monero there, and they're just collecting Monero.
Well, it's Litecoin, not Monero.
Oh,
so I'm the only one that's ever done that, as far as I can tell. Like I didn't look at all of them, but so I tried to modify the wallet again to allow me to construct a transaction that had this wallet as the originator rather than my other wallet.
Okay.
And so I was able to do that, and I submitted the transaction, and then the node that I was connected to says, hey, you can't do that. Like, because it's version 8. I don't take version 8 transactions. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I have to download a node, and I'll make my own node, and I'll recompile the node, and then I went in the code of the node, and there's a line. If version 8 equals 8, say you can't do this. So I commented it out, right? Now you can take version 8. So now I compiled the node, I downloaded the whole fucking blockchain. It took me like 2 fucking days to sync everything. So I go into my wallet, I make the forged transaction, I send it to my node, and the node takes it just fine, right? No problem. But then the node refused, or the other nodes that it was connected to wouldn't accept it because they have the same the same issue.
Okay.
Right? I don't take version 8 shit, so it stopped at my node essentially. But now, so MWEB is safe from people like me that are just fucking around. But if you had a miner that had a good chance of mining the block,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you could steal all these funds. So if anybody wants to do that. And there's about $35 million worth of Litecoin in these wallets.
Wow. So
if you want to invest $30 million in some mining hardware, we can make $5 million. Just saying, if you want to donate. So yeah, I am staying the fuck away from... the other thing I found about Litecoin MWEB. So there's this thing called mempool. And mempool is where the transactions go before somebody mines them.
Okay.
So when I sent that transaction to my node... It was in my node's mempool because nobody had mined it yet. And I was trying to send it to the mempools of other nodes. And they were like, no, I don't take version 8, right? So, and then once it's mined, it's on the blockchain. So it goes from mempool to blockchain.
Okay.
So now while a MWEB transaction is in the mempool, it's fully transparent. You know who the sender is, you know who the receiver is, you know the amount. It only becomes private once it's mined and goes onto the real blockchain.
Okay.
So if you run a node, you can scan that node for the mempool and see who's using MWEB and trace people's transactions. So it's not private at all, apparently. I guess I was wrong about that. I thought there was some privacy.
Wait, Dave's been wrong about anything?
There's no privacy.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't trust this wallet, and I don't trust the privacy. Stay the fuck away from LTC-MWEB.
All right, so let's. So are you familiar with The View, the TV show?
I've heard of it.
You know they've been suspended.
Yep.
You know Howard Stern got fired.
I thought it was just contract not renewed.
Well, he lost his show.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going off the air.
So we've got. This is the wrong one.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't have that.
Nope.
Okay, so a bunch of shows: Colbert, View, Howard Stern. There's probably listed about 20 shows that are no longer on the air.
Yeah.
What do they have in common?
Leftist.
Do you think they all were getting money from USAID?
Maybe not directly, but probably from some route or other. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just funny how. Well, actually, did you hear Trump talk about Colbert? He's like, he lost his show, and He's not a funny guy. He's not a high IQ guy, but neither is Fallon or Kimmel. And he had better ratings than both of them. So he's predicting that Fallon and Kimmel are not far behind.
Probably. I mean, who the fuck's... No one's watching this shit. This is... I mean... So you just keep pumping
what is this
it.
about?
This is something about no tax and no tax. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I've been pushing...
Well, I agree with the top part anyway. I don't know what the rest of it says.
No sales tax on homes, no vehicle registration fees. I mean, it's all the shit you talk about.
Okay, there you go.
And me, that's stuff I like.
There you go.
I'm going to play this video. It's a longer video. Dave got confused by it.
Hold on.
He was saying something that... So don't watch the video on the screen because just don't even watch it.
Okay.
It's just it hurts your eyes.
A billionaire CEO is
no, doesn't even let you do that.
4 people shot inside Blackstone's HQ. And the media's talking about the NFL? Nah, you ain't crazy. They're covering it up. Because when the internet laughed, memed it, and called it Luigi, they realized this wasn't just tragedy, it was a fucking signal. A message from the broke, from the ignored, from the generation that's done watching billionaires die of old age.
So why aren't they saying her name?
Because if they tell the truth that Wesley LePatner was a high-ranking, high-profile real estate exec, they got to admit something way bigger. That this system made people numb. That Wall Street deaths don't hit like they used to. That we're not sad anymore, we're just watching the scoreboard. So let's break down why they're barely saying her name. And when they do, it's like Blackstone employee, respected mom, tragic loss, cool. But who was she?
She was the fastest kicking CEO of Bright.
Exactly. Not some middle manager, not someone grabbing a coffee in the lobby. She ran a $53 billion real estate trust. That's not an employee, that's a power broker. So why downplay it? Because if people knew what Bright really does, they'd stop calling it a tragedy and start calling it blowback. Blackstone Real Estate Income Trust was founded in 2017. They've spent the last 8 years swallowing the housing market like a fast-wrist kicking void. We're talking $105 billion worth of homes ripped off the market, bought in bulk with cash, no negotiation. You try to put in a mortgage offer, they outbid you in seconds. You're not competing against families anymore. You're competing against Wall Street with a war chest, and they don't sell. They don't flip them, they don't resell. They hoard the homes and turn every single one into permanent rental inventory. So now, that house you dreamed of buying, you're paying double to rent it from a private equity firm.
And guess who sets the rent price?
Bright? Yeah. And in some cities, they're the only landlord. They've achieved monopoly control, especially in the Sun Belt. Atlanta, Charlotte, Phoenix, Tampa, whole zip codes are now owned by 1F asterisk Cricking Hedge Fund.
So what happens when you control all the rentals? You raise the rent, and there's nowhere else to go.
Bingo. You're not renting from a landlord anymore. You're renting from a fasterist kicking algorithm. Why they can't say her name. So now you see why they can't focus on who died. Because if they say high-ranking Blackstone exec gunned down, CEO of firm driving unaffordable housing, they open Pandora's box. Because people aren't dumb anymore. They feel it when their rent hits $2,400 for a 2-bedroom. They know they're being outbid by something robotic. They realize the dream of owning a home is dead and someone killed it. And that someone worked in that building.
So they just say employee and move on.
Yeah. Like she was stocking shelves, not architecting the financial structure that's pricing out a generation. They minimize her role to protect the illusion, because the moment you connect her name to the rent you pay, people stop scrolling and start looking for blood.
This is just a commie fucking rant.
How is that commie?
Because he's ranting about business and BlackRock and they're like he's ignoring the reason all this is happening, right?
So
it has nothing.
What in your mind? What is
it? It has nothing to do with greed because greed is everywhere and always. No, shut up and listen. Greed is everywhere and always. So whatever society you think you're gonna be,
dude, you have fuck that. You have trashed me by saying corporations are greedy, and you have destroyed. You have attempted to.
Right, because you're using greedy. No, I didn't say that. I said you're using it as an argument when it's not an argument because everyone is greedy all the time.
That's not what
so
you
that's
said
like saying what you're saying is the plane crash. Yes, it is. Go watch the old episodes. What you're saying is, let's say there's a plane that crashes, okay? And I say, hey Ron, why do you think that plane crashed? And you say gravity. Like that's a stupid answer, right? You understand why that's a stupid answer?
Sure.
Well, why is it a stupid answer?
Well, I don't know what you're referencing.
So I'm saying,
I understand that stuff will fall out of the sky.
Okay, but a plane was flying and then it crashed. And I'm asking you, why did the plane crash? Or we'll ask somebody else. We'll ask a third person. We'll say his name is Dante. Okay, we're gonna ask Dante. Hey, why do you think the plane crashed, Dante? And Dante says, "Oh, gravity." Is Dante talking out of? Is he full of shit? Like, what is he talking about?
Partially right.
No, he's
if
not.
gravity didn't exist, the plane wouldn't have crashed.
But gravity does exist.
Okay.
Gravity has always existed.
Oh, so you admit that?
Gravity is everywhere and always. So you can't say the plane crashed because gravity.
So the engines went out. Sure. What do you?
Okay, that's a real answer.
What's the analogy you're getting at?
So when you say greed caused something, that doesn't make sense because greed is like gravity. Greed is everywhere and always. It's a law of human nature. You cannot get around it.
We've argued. I've been saying greedy, and you say no. But if I want to,
right? Because greed is not the answer.
Tell me the video why it's communist.
Because like it's.
Did you listen to it?
Yes.
Because you were really busy doing this and then
I know,
this.
but I can just hear the ranting.
Sure, go ahead.
So this is what communists say, right? They say the greedy corporations are doing this and making us pay more. They don't understand how market dynamics work. They don't understand what incentives are. They don't understand why.
What the fuck were you watching?
They don't understand why it's beneficial for a corporation to be this way.
Oh.
Because they're just saying greed. Gravity. Gravity is the answer. It's just gravity. It's not gravity.
Did you actually even listen to any of those words? Because what you're saying
it's retarded commie nonsense.
You were watching another video.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. I've said in the past, rent is not based on free market.
Well, but why? But why though?
Okay, in the past I have said that you can call your competition and you can price fix.
That's not why though.
But what the fuck?
That's not why rent is not based on a free market.
Okay, if you can call your competition and discuss pricing,
how do you?
Is that free market?
Stop.
No, is that the free market?
I'm going to ask you a question. Listen to me. How many phone calls can you make a day?
You don't need.
Just give me a number. Don't fucking debate shit. How many phone calls can you make a day?
It's like 6.
You can make 6 phone calls a day?
Oh, easily.
How many can you make a day? Realistically,
probably 100. I don't know.
Okay, you can make 100.
But why would you?
But you can make 100 phone calls.
Why would you?
Listen to what I'm fucking saying. Shut up and listen.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude! Seriously,
you can't understand if you keep yapping. To understand, you gotta listen. Close the mouth open. I'm not making red hearings. Just fucking listen. Okay, I'm going somewhere. Listen. If you can make 100 phone calls in a day. And there are 20,000 other landlords competing with you.
No, shows you where you're stupid.
Just listen. Just listen. Okay, fucking answer me straight.
Okay.
If there are 20,000 competing landlords and you can make 100 phone calls a day, how can you call all your competitors and agree on a price?
Do you understand market research?
Just answer the question.
You can't. It's
just
stupid.
Answer. Right, you can't.
It's a stupid question.
Right, you can't do that.
Because it's a dumb fucking question.
Why?
Okay, so where you live at? You live a few blocks off the strip.
Yeah.
Should they call somebody in Oklahoma and see where the rent is in Oklahoma?
Well, we're not talking about where they are. We're just saying straight numbers.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Ron, we're saying straight numbers. If there are 20,000...
This shows how stupid you are.
Stop going ahead in the conversation. No. Stick to this. If there are 20,000 competitors and you can only make 100 phone calls a day, how can you... collude with your competitors? You can't, right?
Dude.
Right, you just say yes or no. You can't.
It's a dumb question.
No, stop saying dumb question. Stop saying this, Ron. Just answer.
It's the dumbest question
Just answer it.
I actually heard all day
Just
today.
Answer it, Ron.
It's a stupid fucking question.
No, just answer
There is no answer to that question.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not. What is your answer to that question?
You can't collude with 20,000 people.
Why would you want to?
You just said that's how it happens.
Okay, so your rent is based on rent in Oklahoma.
No.
Oh, it's not.
I mean, slightly.
In Kansas.
Slightly.
Hold on, Kansas. Colorado. Wait.
Very, very slightly, yes.
So how? How slightly? How?
It's like...
How? Answer the question. Shut the fuck up and answer the question, dumbass.
Oh, shut the fuck up and answer the question? That's 2 different things.
Shut the fuck up and answer the question.
No, I can't.
No, you're
That's not what I say to you, Ron.
You're blah, 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 blah,
Ron,
blah, blah. Answer the question.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
You're just talking over me. When someone can live in Kansas or they can live in Las Vegas... It might affect my rent like 0.01%.
Bullshit.
Yes, it does, Ron. I'm from Chicago. You're from Chicago. Our actions affected the rent in Las Vegas.
Because we moved.
Yes.
But would somebody in Las Vegas call Chicago to see what their rent is?
They might.
Why would they?
Well, I'm not saying they did.
What is market research to you?
Ron,
why
are you bringing up Kansas? We're just talking about numbers.
You said
stay to the numbers, Ron.
20,000.
I didn't say there's 20,000. I said if there are 20,000. If. The word if is extremely fucking important.
Okay, Bill Clinton.
Ron.
Okay, Bill Clinton.
Ron.
Okay.
There's a thing that happens with low IQ people, and they don't understand the word if, and that's what you're doing right now.
Okay.
Just pretend that there are 20,000.
Okay, well, pretend. Okay.
Pretend.
Okay.
Can you call 20,000?
Why would you want to?
Because you want to collude with the rent prices.
No, that's not how it works.
You just said that's how it works.
No, not.
Yes, you did. You said they call each other and collude.
Not if there's 20,000. I said they call their competition. What is it? What's
okay? If their competition is 20,000 people, can they do that?
Could that even be
possible? Just answer me, can they do that?
Can that be possibly true?
Just answer me and we'll move on afterwards. Once you answer, then we can move on.
No, you have this weird hypothetical. What if the boogeyman comes in?
If there are 20,000,
there's not.
Can they
collude?
Breaking
news.
If, Ron, you're being low IQ. You're being low IQ, Ron. If there are 20,000, pretend we live in that world.
Oh my God, dude, you are fucking dumb as shit.
Play pretend, Ron.
You're dumb.
Did you ever learn how to play pretend in your kindergarten age?
Okay, you're dumb.
Did you ever learn how to play pretend?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Did you ever?
Listen to what I'm saying. No, because in facts matter. In pretend,
we'll get to the facts, Ron. I want to first get you on the line of argument.
God, are you fucking
we have to talk about logic before we talk about facts.
Logic? And you use the word if?
Yes. That's how logic works. It's literally one of the constructions of logic, Ron. Yes, Ron. Yes.
If you're a dumbass.
Ron, yes.
Dude, listen.
Implication is one of the important things in logic,
I have
Ron.
the lips now, and you have the ears.
Ron.
I have the lips, you have
if
the
X,
ears.
then Y is one of the most important foundations of logic. If you can't deal with that, we can't talk about facts.
What is market research?
I don't care, Ron.
Answer the question.
No, you answer my question that I asked you already.
Your question is it's not answerable.
If you have 20,000.
It's not answerable.
Yes, it is.
It's not answerable.
Yes, it is, Ron. You just said you can make 100 phone calls a day.
And facts do not go together.
That's not what I said. I said we first must deal with the logic, then we can go to the facts.
What logic is there?
If
in logic.
If X, then Y. Okay? So, if 20,000 competitors, can you make phone calls to all of them and collude on the price?
Why would you want to?
Just can you?
Sure, yes, you can.
How?
Multiple people.
With 100 phone calls a day?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got 100 people. You got 1,000 people.
How are you getting 100,000? How are you getting 1,000 people?
Because you want to find out the answer to this.
How much are you paying these? How much are you paying these 1,000 people, Ron?
$5 an hour. $10
so how much is that going to cost you?
So what? What does it matter?
Because it costs you.
If.
Ron, why can't you just answer the question?
It's a stupid...
Just tell me you can't do it.
There is no
Just say it's not feasible. Just say it's not possible.
There's no answer to that question.
Yes, there is.
It's not
the answer is no. The answer is no. You can't collude with 20,000 people.
Okay, sure. No, you can't collude with 20,000 people.
Thank you.
Why would you want to? No, my question. Why would you want to?
Raise the rents.
Okay, so are there 20,000 apartment complexes?
No, there's not.
Okay, so wait. So what is market research?
Who cares?
No, answer the fucking question.
Who cares?
You can't answer the question?
Who cares?
What are you, a dumbass?
It's not a yes or no question.
What is market research?
Who cares?
What is market research?
Who cares?
What is doing comps?
Where is this going?
Because you went on this if and then and then.
Right, and now you're trying to go away from it again.
Okay.
We want to get back to the facts.
The apartment
we just said that if there were 20,000, you couldn't collude with them.
So,
but there aren't 20,000, right? In the current world,
we're going to go to reality.
We're going to reality now.
Let's go to reality.
Right.
Okay, an apartment complex here is only going to call other apartment complexes within a 2-mile radius of them. That's how you do market research. So is there 20,000 apartment complexes?
No, there's not.
Okay, so we're good.
Right.
So we're going to get if and 20,000 out of this conversation.
No, it's not out. It's in the back of your mind.
No, it's not.
It's still there in the back of your mind.
Because it shows how stupid you're
No, it's not.
Okay.
You can't just get it out because it's important, Ron.
Okay.
How many people are in that 2-mile radius?
Let me ask you a question. I'll dumb it down for you. Is somebody looking for an apartment in Kansas going to view an apartment in Vegas?
They might. Oh, no, you're looking for an apartment. No, they wouldn't. No.
Right. So that's where you're stupid at. Okay, that's cool. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next
What are you talking about?
Because it doesn't matter what they're charging in Kansas.
That's not what we're talking about.
Okay, no, you
just said 2-mile radius.
Right. So let's go back to the 2-mile radius.
So now, how many apartment complexes are there in a 2-mile radius?
Depending on what city, no more than 5.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why?
Because they built them there.
Well, why do we build more?
Because there's no free land.
What do you mean? How much space do 5 apartment complexes take up?
Apartment complex typically takes up anywhere between 10 to 15 acres.
Okay, what's 10 acres times 5?
Okay,
What's 10 acres times 5.
Yeah, it's 50 acres.
Okay, and how many square miles is 50 acres?
Dude, what the fuck are you
Because you said 5 mile radius. You brought that up. 5 mile radius.
Okay, sure, I actually did 2, but let's go 5.
Okay, fine, 2 miles, whatever.
Okay, whatever.
10, the 2, 1, whatever you want to say. 50 acres.
What are you trying to blabble out of your fucking mouth?
We can have more apartment complexes than 5 or 10.
Oh, so you want to take the LA Gavin Newsom approach?
No.
Burn down all the houses and build apartment complexes.
No.
Which is what they did.
That's not what I want to do. You see, you're thinking in this mode.
Listen.
Stop. Listen.
No.
You're thinking in this mode of we need some important guy to give orders.
My God.
That's not what I want, Ron. I want the land to be free to develop however people want.
Okay, I'm literally we're gonna tone this down, and I'm gonna explain to you like you're a fucking kindergartner. Okay, listen.
You're the kindergartner, Ron.
No, listen.
You don't even get then.
You didn't watch the video.
Yes, I did.
You didn't listen to the video.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
He's a commie retard who thinks all of our problems come from greed and corporation.
That's not what he said, you
Yes,
fucking
it is.
moron.
He didn't say the word government one time in there.
This is not an anti-government post.
It should be an anti-government post.
Oh my God. This was
because the government is the reason for BlackRock, Ron.
Hold on. You know who Luigi is, right?
Yeah.
Why do you bring up Luigi in this thing?
Because he likes to shoot corporate CEOs because he's a fucking commie.
Okay.
Luigi was a commie, Ron.
Okay. I don't care what his personal views was.
He's a fucking commie, and you agree with commies.
No. What a fucking dumbass. Okay.
You want to shoot CEOs because you're a commie.
Why do you think he brought up Luigi for?
Because he's a commie, Ron.
You didn't listen to the fucking video.
He's a commie.
He brought up Luigi. What was the backlash to the government or to the CEOs or to the media with Luigi? What was the backlash?
Who cares?
It was a fucking prime point in this goddamn video.
It's communism, Ron.
Oh, dear God. You're like a goddamn liberal. Nazis!
Ron,
Fascists!
Ron, if you don't know why BlackRock exists, you can't solve the problem.
I'm not even getting to that point why they exist. I'm dealing with the
But you think they're bad.
They are bad.
Then solve the real fucking problem.
Okay, I'm talking about the video.
The video is just a commie ranting.
Oh, dear God. Dude, quit showing you're stupid, okay?
Ron,
stupid is oozing out of you right
who
now.
would you like to poll about this being a commie rant versus something else? Who would you like to ask? Whose opinion would you trust?
Okay, so market research is when you call your competition, which is technically illegal, but maybe not in the housing market, so this is where it's a little bit...
I don't care if it's illegal. I don't care.
But
I don't care if pedophiles wrote things on paper, Ron.
So you call your competition around you, and you set your rent based on what they're charging.
Okay.
That is not the free market. The free
Yes,
market...
it is. That is a free market action, Ron. I am free to pick up my phone and call somebody and say, how much can that apartment rent for? I'm free to do that. That's a free market action.
And people went to jail for doing that, because it's not the free market.
People went to jail has nothing to do with free market.
Fixing.
Ron, there's no jails in a free market. Price fixing is a part of a free market. A union is an activity of price fixing, Ron.
Okay, so I'm going to try to figure out how to explain this to you. What they're saying is, okay, the lady that was shot, what was her name?
I don't care.
Well, they said in the video.
I don't
care. Did you hear
care.
it on TV?
I don't care.
Okay, did you probably?
I don't watch TV. Okay. I don't fucking care.
You watch the news. You watch.
No, I don't.
Online. Okay, so they said her name. They would never say what her position was.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh dear God! Why?
Who gives a fuck, Ron? Ron, do you want to solve the problem?
Dude, we can't get past this.
Do you want to solve the problem of BlackRock, or do you want to go in commie rant mode?
Okay, fine.
Which one? You can't do both.
Okay. Let's solve the problem of BlackRock. What do you got to do?
Okay.
What you got?
Get rid of the government.
Even though
get rid of the Fed.
Okay.
Get rid of the government.
Okay.
Stop asking for lower interest rates because lower interest rates are how BlackRock makes their money.
In Dave's world.
No, Ron. That's where BlackRock came from, Ron. BlackRock did not exist until we made zero interest rates, Ron.
BlackRock makes more money on lower interest rates.
Yes.
Cite that source.
Just look it up.
How?
Just look up their income, their earnings, and then the interest rates. I already explained how the interest rates work. Interest rates are when the Fed prints money to buy bonds, and then they sell those bonds to their preferred dealers. One of which is BlackRock.
Okay, you've got to understand. I don't know.
That's how it works, Ron. I don't understand. Like, what else don't you get? That is literally how it works. BlackRock benefits from low interest rates.
Did you hear the point when you say you go to buy a home and you get outbid by a corporation?
Yeah, how do they do that?
How do they not do? They outbid the person.
Well, how? Explain how they outbid. Right? How?
I'll pay you $5 $500,000 for your house.
Okay.
Oh, we have a higher bid. I'll pay you $600,000 for your house.
Wait, higher bid from where? Where's this higher bid coming from?
Did you not hear the
answer?
video?
No. You talk, Ron. Don't refer to your commie friend. You talk. Where does the higher bid come from?
A family makes an offer on a home.
I'm not asking about a family.
No, shut the fuck up.
Where does the higher bid come from?
There's only one way I can answer this. That's with words. So you gotta close your fucking mouth.
You're talking about families, Ron. We're talking about BlackRock. Okay. Where does the higher bid from BlackRock come from?
Who do you think they're outbidding?
Where does their higher bid come from, Ron? They're saying $600,000.
Higher bid for what?
Where does the $600,000 come from? Where does the $600,000 come from?
Their war chest.
Which comes from where?
Their profits.
From where? Where does that come from?
Okay, again.
Where do the profits come from, Ron?
The stuff they buy and sell.
Like bonds?
No, there's no.
Yes, Ron. Look up their fucking their financials. They have bonds.
So BlackRock owns parts of Target.
Okay.
So they get the profits from Target.
How did they pay for that Target? That share of Target?
What the fuck?
How did they get the money to pay for the share of Target?
You're so goddamn autistic.
How did they get the money to pay for the share of Target?
Get off of bonds. Get off of bonds.
Ron, you can't because that's how the system works.
Get off of bonds.
You can't, Ron.
I'm talking about the video.
Ron,
I'm talking about the video.
That is literally how our financial system works, Ron.
I'm talking about the video.
Ron,
I'm talking about the video.
The video doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, Ron.
He's 100% right.
No, he's not. He's a fucking commie.
Oh, dear God.
Ron, if you don't talk about bonds...
Well, the video's posted on an X account. Go and watch it.
If you don't
without this
talk
fucking
about
lunatic.
bonds, you can't understand our economy. Okay. Our economy...
And tariffs are bad. The prices are going to skyrocket. The world's going to collapse.
How are you this dumb,
prices
bro?
We're not going to be able to buy
How
food.
are you this dumb?
None of this is true, dude. All this shit
I didn't say any of that stuff.
Yes, you did.
No,
on
I
tariffs.
didn't.
You criticized tariffs.
I didn't say the prices are going to skyrocket and the economy's going to tank. I didn't say any of that, Ron. You can't even be honest about the things I say.
Hey, talk about the video.
The video is a commie rant by a commie retard. I don't care about his opinion. He's a fucking moron. Well, if he doesn't talk about how the government is involved, he's a dumbass.
I agree 100% with what I heard there. So if your version of a retard is me and him, I'm cool with being a retard in your eyes.
Great.
Because you're a fucking idiot.
Ron, if you don't talk about bonds, you can't understand the economy. The economy is intimately tied to bonds and the Federal Reserve.
So you have to
can't separate the two.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Ron. You don't. We don't have a gold standard, Ron.
This is about the real estate market.
We don't have a gold standard.
This is about the real estate market.
And the real estate market is affected by how our monetary system works, Ron.
God.
Ron, if you don't understand how they print money...
I have a hard out. I have a hard out in about 10 minutes. So do your thing, do your training method. I am not going to deal with you on this. You don't know what you're talking about.
I was going to talk about some shit I did as a kid while hacking, so I'm just going to skip that and continue to talk about why you're a dumbass. If you don't talk about bonds and the Federal Reserve and how money is printed, you can't understand the real estate market. It is all tied together, Ron. Why do you think it's not?
Okay. Again, all they were saying was when a family, shut the fuck up, goes to buy a house, and they put an offer in, and they get outbid with the cash offer.
Yeah.
That's all he was talking about.
And he doesn't understand why BlackRock is able to do this.
No one said why.
Right, that's why he's a fucking moron. If you want to fix the problem, you have to solve the real problem. Not just rant like a commie, not shoot CEOs. Shooting CEOs will not fix the problem.
Hold on. Okay, let me talk. You have made some wild claims about, we need to change, we need private roads, we need the government gone. And I go, what are you doing to change the world? And you go, I'm doing a podcast. I'm doing a podcast. I'm going to change the world. You remember saying that, right?
Okay. That's similar to the conversation.
If you want to correct anything you just said there, please correct it right now. Right now.
Just make your point, Ron.
He is informing people of what the fuck is going on in the housing market.
He thinks he is.
No, he's 100% fucking right.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not, Ron. So you're shooting CEOs will not fix the problem.
You understand that was not the point of this video,
Why did he bring it up then?
He used an analogy.
Why does he think it's good that CEOs get shots?
He doesn't. Yes,
he does.
That's not what the fuck
he's praising Luigi, Ron.
No, he is not.
Yes, he did.
Rewatch the goddamn video.
You rewatch it, Ron. He loves it. He thinks it's great that they're shooting these people.
No.
He thinks that we need the government to come in and do more. The government created this situation, Ron.
He said because of Luigi, they did not mention her name and her position in the.
Okay, how does that help? What's the solution?
Matters.
What's the solution?
Facts matter.
What's the solution?
In your world, facts
What's the solution, Ron?
Educate people.
That's not going to solve anything.
That was your solution.
He's okay.
Everything you said about
what's he going to educate people about?
No government.
What's he educating? He doesn't talk about bonds or the financial system. He doesn't talk about the Fed. He doesn't talk about printing money, Ron.
So what I'm going to talk about today is home appliances in your kitchen. So you've got a stove, a dishwasher, and a refrigerator. So your stove is pretty much maintenance free. Yeah, you want to clean it every now and then. Hope you get the self-clean method. Makes it easy. With your dishwasher, you want to go down. You got the newer dishwashers, probably newer, but the last like 10 or 15 years, have a little filter down there. You need to clean that out because that's what catches all the food that you don't wash off your plate before you put it in the dishwasher. Either rinse properly or clean out your skimmer. It's basically, you take out the bottom shelf, you got the little impeller, you take that off, and then from there you got each manufacturer is a little bit different, and then you take your little basket out, empty it out, clean it up, wash it up, put it back in, put your shit back together, you got a good dishwasher. Now, when it comes to your refrigerator, basically, newer versus older, there's some issues with that when it comes to maintenance, but basically you want to keep your evaporator coil clean. They sell a brush that goes underneath it. A lot of the newer fridges that have the evaporator coil in the back, and you got to get a little pail off. I guess I was trying to clean mine the other day, and I went online, and the guy said the best thing to use is the toothbrush, and he's actually right because I could get into little crevices. So you want to get all the dirt off of those coils.
But you have a different toothbrush though.
No, I use the one I use.
Oh, okay. But I would recommend otherwise.
Rinse it off. Okay. I mean, it's not like I scratch my taint with it. It's just dust. No, I actually use a different toothbrush. So that's how you keep your fridge working fine. So that's home appliances. I guess we can do this another time because Dave needs to get some research and respond if you want.
I've done all this research.
Okay. Bonds.
Right. If you don't know how the money gets printed, you can't solve any of these problems.
Okay, I'm not putting a quarterback in you. I don't want my 50
I don't
cents.
understand why you are so immune from, why don't you want to learn this? Why don't you care? Why don't you want to fix this?
How come when I've rallied about the housing market, I've said it like 2 or 3 different times in my training, I said, buy a house now. The housing market's been, investors own 60% of the houses in America. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They're taking away the American dream.
But you can't solve that if you don't understand it. If you want to solve problems, you must understand the problem.
No, you...
yes! Literally, yes! You can't just go blind and fix the car. You have to understand it.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Good night. See you guys next week. Goodbye.
Fuck, dude.
Wow. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app. And even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening and see you next time.